Singapore Changi traffic, UPS 3803 heavy, holding short runway 2 left. Singapore Changi traffic, Singapore 0974, taxiing to runway 2 center. Singapore Changi traffic, Singapore 950 Super, holding short runway 2 left. Singapore Changi traffic, Qatar A380. Singapore Changi traffic, Lion 1 Heavy is clear of all runways. Singapore Changi traffic, Air India 238 India November, taxiing to runway 2 left. Singapore Changi traffic, Air India 238 India November, taxiing to runway 2 center. Singapore Changi traffic, Qatar 812 Super, taxiing to runway 2 left.
Singapore Changi traffic, Indonesia 747 Golf is on final, runway 2 left.
Singapore Changi traffic, Qatari 947 Heavy, taxiing to runway 2 center. Singapore Changi traffic, Qantas 36 Quebec is 21 nautical miles to the southwest at 4,700 feet, inbound for landing, will make straight in for runway 2 left. Singapore Changi traffic, Qatari 947 Heavy, taxiing to runway 2 center. Singapore Changi traffic, Air India 238 India November, holding short runway 2 center. Singapore Changi traffic, Qatari 812 Super, holding short runway 2 left.
Flight attendants, arm doors for departure.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the captain and crew, welcome aboard this flight. We hope you enjoy flying with us. Before takeoff, we would like to encourage all passengers to watch our cabin crew display the safety features of the aircraft.
Welcome aboard, and thanks for flying
Singapore
with us.
Changi traffic.
We're committed to making
Qatar
your flight
812
safe and
Super.
comfortable.
Taxiing to runway
Before we
2
depart,
left.
we'll be showing a brief safety presentation. This information can help you if there's an emergency, so it's important to pay close attention, even if you are a frequent flyer.
All carry-on items should now be stored securely.
Singapore Changi
Either
traffic.
an overhead
Air
bin
India 238
or under
India
the
November
seat
is
in front of
taking
you.
off runway 2 center.
And all
Departing
aisles,
north.
exits, and bulkhead areas should be clear. Your mobile phones and other electronic devices should be turned off. Once airborne, we'll let you know when you can use approved electronic devices. But note that some items, such as phones, may not be used in flight at any time. You'll find a list of approved electronic devices in the in-flight information section of Sky Magazine. If you're seated at an emergency exit, please review the responsibilities for emergency exit seating on the back of the safety information card, which is in your seat pocket. Are you okay sitting by the emergency exit? If you're unable or prefer not to perform these functions, just let us know, and we'd be happy to find you another seat. As we leave the
Singapore
gate,
Changi
make sure
traffic.
your seatbelt is
Indonesia
fastened.
747
To
Golf Golf
fasten,
is clear of all
insert the metal
runway.
tip into the buckle and adjust the strap so it's low and tight across your lap. To release the belt, just lift the top of the buckle or press the latch to release. Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened anytime the seatbelt sign is on. And even if the sign is off, you should keep your seatbelt fastened in case we experience unexpected rough air. For everyone's safety, federal regulations require all passengers to comply with the posted placards and lighted signs located throughout the cabin, as well as any crew member instructions. You cannot smoke. I'm so sorry. Smoking is not allowed on any flight, and federal law prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying a restroom smoke detector. There are 6 exits on this plane, 4 doors, 2 on each side, and 2 window exits over the wings. Each door has a detachable slide that can be used
Singapore
for
Changi
flotation.
ground. Indonesia
Life rafts are
747 Golf
located in the
Golf.
ceiling
Request
compartments
taxi to
at the front
V35 at
and
the other
center of the
terminal.
plane. All exits are clearly marked with an exit sign. However, if there is a loss of power and cabin visibility is reduced, white emergency lights near the floor will lead you to red lights, which indicate an exit. Please take a moment to find the exits closest to you, and remember, they might be behind you.
Indonesia
If unlikely,
747
the head
Golf
pressure
Golf.
changes,
Taxi to
the panels of
D35
exits
via.
will open, revealing oxygen masks. If this
Singapore
happens,
Changi ground.
reach up
Slipper
and
8
pull a
is
mask
heavy.
toward you
Ready to
until the
taxi to
tube is
runway 2
fully
left.
extended. Place the mask over your nose and mouth.
Taxiing to
Lift the elastic
D35
strap
via.
over your
Indonesia
head and adjust the
747
mask
Golf
if
Golf.
necessary. Breathe normally and know that oxygen is flowing, so don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others. A water evacuation is also unlikely, but just in case, life vests are located under your seat in the economy cabin. If you're seated in the first or business class cabin, the life vests are either between your seats, under your seat, or in a compartment under your armrest. To use, pull the tab to remove the vest from its container, and then
Super
open the
88
top.
heavy. Taxi departing at your
Flip the
discretion.
vest over your head. Fasten the 2 straps
Standby.
to the front of the
Slipper 8
vest,
heavy.
and then adjust the straps loosely around
Singapore
your
Changi
waist.
ground.
If
Singapore
your vest has
11
only
Super.
one
Ready
strap,
to push back
wrap
with
it around your
information
waist
Alpha.
and attach it to the buckle in front.
Singapore Changi ground.
As you leave the
X-ray
plane,
Tango Lima
inflate the
Oscar
vest by
Lima. Ready
pulling
to push
down on
back
a
with
red
information
tab
Alpha.
at the bottom of the vest. Or manually inflate it by blowing into the tube at shoulder level. You can activate a light by pulling down on the tab in
Singapore
front.
Changi ground.
If your
Slipper
vest
8 is
doesn't have a
heavy.
tab,
Ready to
the light
taxi.
will activate automatically in the water. If necessary, we'll distribute infant life vests or other flotation devices for children who weigh 35 pounds or less. Also, most seat cushions can be used for flotation.
Singapore Changi ground.
Now,
Singapore
before we
48
take
Super.
off,
Ready
be
to
sure your
push back
seat is
with
upright
information
and locked.
Alpha.
Your tray table is put
Singapore
away,
11
and
Super.
all
Hold
carry-on
position.
items are properly
X-ray
stowed.
Tango Lima Oscar
As we
Lima.
come to the
Pushback
cabin
approved.
for our
Tail to
final
the north.
safety check, please let us know if you have
Pushback
any
approved.
questions.
Tail to the north.
And
X-ray
finally,
Tango Lima
now would
Oscar
be a
Lima.
good time for everyone to review the safety
Singapore
information
38
card,
Super.
which is in your
Pushback
seat
approved.
pocket.
Tail to the north.
Thanks for your attention. Enjoy
Holding
your flight.
position. Singapore 11 Super. Pushback approved. Tail to the north. Singapore 38 Super. Singapore Changi ground. Qatari 947 Heavy. Ready to taxi to runway 2 center.
Qatari 947 Heavy. Runway 2 center. Taxi via contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 2 center via Qatari 947 Heavy. Singapore Changi ground, Cathay 658 Heavy, ready for pushback with information Alpha. Singapore Changi ground, X-ray Tango Lima Oscar Lima, ready to taxi with information Alpha.
Cathay 658 Heavy, pushback approved, tail to the north.
Pushback approved, tail to the north, Cathay 658 Heavy.
X-ray Tango Lima Oscar Lima, runway 2 left, taxi via Victor, Whiskey 10, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 2 left via Victor, Whiskey 10, X-ray Tango Lima Oscar Lima. Singapore Changi ground, Singapore 524, ready for pushback with information Alpha. Singapore Changi ground, Qantas 36 Quebec, request taxi to C22 at the other terminals. Singapore Changi ground, Singapore 380, ready to taxi with information Alpha.
Singapore 524, pushback approved, tail to the north. Qantas 36 Quebec, taxi to C22 via.
Singapore Changi ground, Delta 294, ready for pushback with information Alpha. Pushback approved, tail to the north, Singapore 524.
Singapore 38 Super, runway 2 center, taxi via Victor, Victor 10, contact tower when ready.
Singapore Changi ground, Cathay 658 Heavy, ready to taxi with information Alpha. Taxiing to runway 2 center via Victor, Victor 10, Singapore 38 Super.
Delta 294, pushback approved, tail to the north.
Taxiing to C22 via, Qantas 36 Quebec. Pushback approved, tail to the north, Delta 294.
Qatari 391, pushback approved.
Pushback approved, Qatari 391.
Cathay 658 Heavy, runway 2 center, taxi via Victor, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 2 center via Victor, Cathay 658 Heavy. Singapore Changi ground, November 1 Alpha, ready for pushback. Singapore Changi Tower, November 1 Echo Mike, ready for departure at runway 2 left, departing west.
Line 152, wind 100 at 6, number 2, runway 2 left, cleared to land.
Singapore Changi Tower, Lion 876 is 12 nautical miles to the southwest at 3,000 feet, inbound for landing, requesting runway 2 center. Number 2, cleared to land, runway 2 left, line 152.
Boeing 573 Bravo Golf Super, contact Singapore approach on 124.6. Line 876, wind 100 at 6, number 1, runway 2 center, cleared to land.
Singapore Changi Tower, Qatari 947 Heavy, Ready for departure at runway 2 center, remaining in the pattern. Number 1, cleared to land, runway 2 center, Lion 876. Singapore Changi Tower, Singapore 146, ready for departure at runway 2 left, departing north.
Qatari 947 Heavy, wind 110 at 6, runway 2 left, cleared for takeoff.
Flight attendants
Qatari
prepare for takeoff.
947, Qatari 947 Heavy,
Cleared for takeoff, runway 2 center, Qatari 947 Heavy. Approaching runway 02, center.
Air France 25, contact Singapore approach on 124.6.
Entered runway 02, center. Singapore Changi Tower, American 56, inbound on the ILS runway 2 left. Singapore Changi Tower, Singapore 321, inbound on the ILS runway 2 center.
American 56, wind 110 at 6, number 2, runway 2 left, cleared to land.
Number 2, cleared to land, runway 2 left, American 56.
Singapore 131 Heavy, exit runway when able, contact ground on the taxiway.
Wilco, Singapore 131 Heavy.
80 knots. D1. Rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Flaps up.
Singapore 321, wind 110 at 6, number 2, runway 2 center, cleared to land.
Number 2, cleared to land, runway 2 center, Singapore 321.
November 1 Echo Mike, line up and wait runway 2 left.
Line up and wait runway 2 left, November 1 Echo Mike.
Line 152, Qatari 947 Heavy, contact Singapore approach on 124.6.
Contacting Singapore approach on 124.6, Qatari 947 Heavy. Qatari 947 Heavy, frequency change approved, good day. Frequency change approved Qatari 947 Heavy, good day.
Frequency change approved Air France 25, good day.